The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, To Kill a Mockingbird, and Harry Potter. The one thing that these three books all have in common is that they've all been banned. Censorship, from books to music to movies, has been a topic of hot debate in America for well over 100 years. And it's easy to see why. Works of art often present, or sometimes even seem to glorify, things that many people would find objectionable or immoral. From Lolita in the 1950s to the music of Kiss and AC/DC in the 80s, to controversial films like The Interview and The Wolf of Wall Street today, America's art has often offended America's conscience. As a result, these works of art are often censored or banned, stirring up great controversy. So we must ask ourselves, is that okay? Is it right to censor artistic freedom because we find the things presented in those works of art objectionable? Let's use the Rotary four-way test to see. The first part of the four-way test asks, is it the truth? So that begs the question, what is truth? Well, according to the United States Declaration of Independence, certain truths are self-evident. That all men are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So, does censoring artistic freedom fall within the bounds of these truths? Simply put, no. To take away an artist's right to express himself is to take away that person's liberty, thus violating the certain truths laid out in the Declaration of Independence. Is it fair? That's the second part of the four-way test. Is censorship fair? Of course not. Let's take the most banned book series in the world, the Harry Potter series, as an example. When J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, she was a single mother living in poverty, doing the best that she could to provide for her family. Today, she's a multi-millionaire and one of the most recognizable names in the world. She's one of the only people to ever fall off of the Forbes billionaire list because of her charitable giving. Attempts to ban her first book were largely unsuccessful, but if they had succeeded and Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone had never been released, two things probably would have happened as a result. First of all, J.K. Rowling would probably still be destitute and would never have been able to change so many lives with her considerable wealth. Secondly, the world might very well have lost an entire generation of storytellers. I was 8 years old when I read Harry Potter for the first time. The books captivated me. They took me to places I could never imagine on my own and made me fall in love with characters in a way that had never happened before. From that time on, I knew that I wanted to be a storyteller. If the first Harry Potter book had never been released, that would have never happened to me and the hundreds or thousands of other kids just like me. Not only that, but millions of kids would never have discovered a love or an appreciation for reading at all. That's fair to no one. Will it build goodwill and better friendships? That's the third question in the four-way test. Now, obviously, artists don't take kindly to their work being censored or banned, but beyond that, we need to look at how censorship affects the public. Adolf Hitler was a huge proponent of censorship. Under his leadership, the Nazi Party would hold book burnings, destroying the works of Hemingway, Jack London, even Helen Keller. I don't think anybody's going to argue that what Hitler did anything to promote goodwill or better friendships. So how could one of his favorite tools, censorship, be used to create those things? Long before Hitler, Heinrich Heine, a poet, declared, "Wherever books are burned, there human beings will be burned too." Hitler proved him right, and he did nothing to create goodwill or better friendships. The fourth and final part of the four-way test asks, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Now, those in favor of censorship might tell you that it is beneficial. They might say that it keeps things that are objectionable or immoral from falling into the hands of those who don't need to see them. However, as Americans, we know that our unalienable rights allow us to choose for ourselves what is right or wrong. And when extremists on either side take it upon themselves to tell us what is right, they remove our ability to think freely and participate in a democracy. That's fair. That's not beneficial to anyone. Now, censorship is a controversial subject, but I think it's one that, as Americans, we all need to think about. Using the Rotary four-way test is a great way to help yourself make an educated decision on such an important issue. Censorship creates a world that is not true, it is not fair, it does not build goodwill, and it's beneficial to no one. Personally, I wouldn't want to live in a world without the conscience of Huck Finn, the wisdom of Atticus Finch, or the magic of Harry Potter.